first monument trails and ideas for monument trails started in around 2017. A lot of groups, including Arkansas State Parks and the Walton Family Foundation, were noticing that trails around the country were creating economic development in places, but also just creating a quality of life for people living there. That was really important to them, trying to bring people to Arkansas and engage, the public that they serve. So the idea for monument trails just kind of came out of that public-private partnership with the Walton Family Foundation and just trying to really kind of bring Arkansas State Parks into the modern era of how people are recreating these days. Although the monument trails were kind of built to be optimized for mountain bikes, they really are truly multi-use trails. You can run on them, you can hike on them. They take you to some of the prettiest spots in state parks. I take my family out on them all the time just for walks. They're meant for everyone and well used and loved by everyone within the state parks.
So I've been riding mountain bikes for a long time, like over 20 years. I've ridden a lot out west in Arizona and Colorado and Utah. I've ridden in Michigan and also on the East Coast in North Carolina and West Virginia. And those are all world-class trails. And when I moved to Arkansas in 2006, I was surprised that we even had mountain bike trails here. And then in the last 5 years or so with these monument trails, they really just stepped it up and built world-class trails. I would say they're just as good or just as fun as the trails in Colorado. I don't really feel the need to do like a mountain bike vacation anymore. I have these great trails right in my backyard.
The most unique thing about every monument trail system is the place that it's in. We have one at Devil's Den State Park, one at Hobbs State Park Conservation Area, we have one at Mount Nebo State Park, and Pinnacle Mountain State Park. And those are 4 of the coolest state parks in Arkansas.
It's been really exciting to see that there are a number of school programs introducing cycling programs to kids around the state. And what's been really exciting to see is that there's been trails like the Coach Whip Trail out at Pinnacle, which was designed specifically for these kids to train on so they can learn to race and learn skills.
I'm Cade Lucas, and I'm part of the Capital City Cranks NICA team here in the state of Arkansas. As part of the NICA team, we're fortunate to have Pinnacle Monument Trails 15 minutes down the road, and we're fortunate enough to have that as our home court. The Pinnacle Monument Trails are some of the best in the nation. The elevation is good for training, good to get the burn legs. We have some trails out there that you can just kind of go have fun on and go really fast, and it's super fun and I love it.
Conditions on the trail do change throughout the year. In the wintertime in Arkansas, we have a lot more rain, so things stay a little bit wetter, but also the woods are more open. There's not weeds all over them and stuff like that. In the summer, the trails get drier and dustier, so stuff can be a little more loose if you're not as good with your brakes. You just want to go a little slower, don't go in the turns too fast. But generally, what's cool about Arkansas and monument trails is they're rideable year-round. If you're gonna visit any of the monument trails, obviously number 1 is having a helmet. You gotta protect your head. Second, definitely want some sturdy shoes. I wouldn't ride in Chacos or open-toed shoes or flip-flops or anything like that. You definitely wanna bring some water. Always wanna stay hydrated when you're out there, especially in the summer in Arkansas, it gets hot. You wanna have some general control of your bike, be able to ride it, know that you can ride on a sidewalk or a road before you just take off into the woods and start riding.
Maintenance is very important. Before every ride, I like to check my air, bolts, and brakes. And once I know that those are safe and secure and working, I'm off to my ride.
It's great to have these amazing trails in my backyard. I can go drive up to Northwest Arkansas and ride some of the trails, or I can just go for a short drive and ride the trails at home. It's been so much fun to see just the expansion of trails here, and I hope to see you out there on the trails.
I really love the monument trails. I think they're a wonderful addition to Arkansas State Parks. I think with the 4 options that you have, you should definitely go out and visit them, talk to the state park employees, figure out what the best option is for you, and just go out and enjoy the Arkansas State Parks and all that they have to offer.